Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue my video on the common laboratory apparatuses. So now I begin with the tripod stand. Okay, so this is called a tripod stand because it has three legs, tripod. So we call it a tripod stand. It is used for heating purposes. So this is a Bunsen burner about which I introduced to you last time in the last video. Okay, so what we do is we keep, whenever we want to heat something, we keep the tripod stand over the burner, and then we have to keep this another apparatus. This is called a wire gauge. Now this wire gauge has a layer of asbestos pasted on it. Okay, so we have to keep it like this, the asbestos side down. So we have to keep it like this on the tripod stand. Now the function of this asbestos layer is to make sure that this flame of the Bunsen burner, now the Bunsen flame is just like the candle flame, alright. So it needs to spread to all the parts of the apparatus. Supposing I want to heat something, I am using this flask, want to heat something. So it should not happen that the Bunsen flame just is directed at the bottom at this part, but it spreads to all the parts. Alright. So for that purpose we use a wire gauge with the asbestos layer fitted on it. It helps to spread the flame of the Bunsen burner to all the parts of the substance container in which the substance is being heated. Okay. Now after this we come to the next apparatus. Now this is a big container. Alright. Now this container is called a trough, and you must have seen it while in those diagrams where gases are produced. So this container in chemistry is mostly used for collecting gases. So what we do is we fill this container generally with water up to a height of 1 inch or maybe 2 inches, or might be 2.5 inches, alright, or maybe 3 inches. We keep a beehive shelf over here. On top of it we keep a gas jar. So this apparatus you have seen in those diagrams where gases are being produced, alright, and collected over water. For example, carbon dioxide gas, oxygen, hydrogen, all these gases, or maybe collected over mercury also. Okay, so there you have seen this. So this is called a trough. After this we have the next apparatus, this one. This is called a funnel. Now funnel is simply used for transferring liquids from one container into another. We have it at home also, isn't it? Everybody has it at home also. Now this one is made up of plastic. Now because it is cheaper, so these days plastic apparatuses are in the market. This one is another funnel. This is made up of glass. Glass is always better than plastic because glass is non-reactive. Okay. So we also use a funnel for filtering mixtures of solids and liquids. So what we do is we just fold a filter paper thrice, we put it on this, and then we just keep it somewhere, and then we use it for filtering the liquid out of the mixture of solid and liquid, or separating solids and liquids. This is what we use it for. Now the next apparatus is this one. This is called a measuring cylinder. Now you can see here that it is of 25 ml capacity, okay, and it is graduated, so you can see the graduations here, 5 ml, 10 ml, 15 and so on. So this is a small graduating cylinder. It is used for measuring liquids. Now we have another one over here. This is a bigger one. This is a 1 liter capacity. Okay, so you can see over here 1000 ml is etched over here. Okay, so this is a bigger one. So the basic purpose is to measure volumes of liquids. Okay, now after this we have this container. This is a conical shaped container. We call it the conical flask. It is used for mixing 2-3 liquids, especially during the time of titration. Alright, heating purpose also. Sometimes if we have to heat something, We'll just put on the burner, keep this apparatus on top here, and we'll heat it. Then we have the other apparatus. This one is called a round bottomed flask, because you can see that it is round from the lower side. As a result of this, it cannot stand on its own. Okay, it needs a stand to be held. It cannot be held without a stand. So this is an iron stand. It's actually a wooden stand, but this part is made up of iron. We simply call it a stand. Alright, wooden maybe, or maybe iron. These are the two common materials which are used for making it. So this apparatus, the round bottomed flask, is usually used for heating substances, mixing, carrying out distillation, especially distillation experiments, all these and other types of reactions. We use this round bottomed flask. Now this is a very small one. It has a smaller capacity. We have bigger ones also. Now after this, I want to show you this. This is called a delivery tube. Now delivery tube means it is used for delivering substances. Usually it is used for delivering gases. Okay, for example, we take this test tube, we are carrying out some reaction here, a gas is being produced. So we just would fix in this delivery tube here like this, okay, so that the gas can pass on to the other test tube like this over here. Okay, now this has got a plastic stopper here so that the gas might not leak from this test tube. So this is, and to be precise, we call it the bend delivery tube, because you can see it is bent from two sides, two places it is bent. So we call it the bend delivery tube. Now this one is called a Petri dish. We can use it for keeping solids, liquids, etc. And it finds a lot of uses in biology, where it is used for growing various kinds of bacteria, fungi, etc. Various organisms are grown by putting some agar into it. A base of agar is prepared, and then over it organisms are grown. Now moving on to the next one, we have the the litmus papers. So this is the red litmus paper strips. They are ordinary paper strips. They are coated with the red litmus solution. Then we have here the blue litmus strips also. Okay, so these litmus strips are used for testing the nature of the substance, whether the substance is acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. Then we have over here, these are ordinary filter paper strips. We use these strips for doing some additional experiments and tests. For example, if we want to test the hydrogen sulfide gas, sulfur dioxide gas, we need to dip these paper strips into lead nitrate solution, potassium dichromate solution, and bring in contact with the gas and see what is the color change. So these strips are used for these various purposes. Now we have this another container over here. This is called a water bath. Now there are many times there are chemicals which we cannot heat directly. Okay, supposing there is some chemical which might be very volatile and might vaporize on heating directly. Okay, we do it at home also many times. So what we do is we heat it indirectly. So we fill this container with water, okay, and like half capacity till here, half of it we fill it with water. And then supposing we want to heat something, then we are going to keep this. So what is going to happen is a very slow, uniform, gradual heating of the substance will take place. So many conditions and many times we cannot heat a substance directly, because direct heating, what happens is very intense heating, because the temperature of the Bunsen flame is very high, 1500 degrees Celsius approximately. So it's actually a very intense heating. Many times we do not require such an intense heating. It can lead to the decomposition of the substance. So we heat it indirectly by keeping on this. Filling this first with some water, okay, and then we keep our apparatus here with the substance into this like this, and then we heat it. Okay, so this is for slow and gradual heating. We have another apparatus over here. This is called a burette. Now this consists of a very long tube, and you will always find a burette fixed onto a stand, wooden stand or iron stand like this. It is graduated. Now this one is of a 50 ml capacity. So it is graduated from here 0 to 50 here, or maybe sometimes 25, but generally 50 ml. This is a small pinch cork through which the liquid passes out. So we fill it with a certain liquid, and with the help of these markings we can see how much of liquid has gone down. Generally it is used in the titration experiment, but we can use it in a number of other experiments also. So that is all for today. Thank you.